Hey, what is up, guys? This is RichHomieQuinn here, and I'm going to be showing you guys another solo drop. So this solo drop is used by Dracos. He's an EU player. He recently got first place in solos, so this spot is proven to be good when it comes to early game. And I'm going to sort of explain how he sort of does it and how separate rotates that you can do based off your playstyle. So where you're going to want to be landing is at this power line right here. There's 3 possible chests, 1 item spawn. So there's actually a lot of loot, and because this power line is actually set up on a hill, so there's elevation already, and then this is on a power line, you're going to get mad elevation, so you're going to be the first to land when it comes to this whole area. When you're landing, you want to scout around, and if you possibly get an AR, sniper, you can try going for shots. People landing into dirty docks, and most of the time you do end up getting tags and a kill. So let's say you do have good loot and you want to end up pushing it into dirty docks. There's a couple of things that you want to consider. Zone. If your zone hasn't popped up yet, you could sort of just wait, start moving towards it, and if it is far, then you can end up disengaging. So a lot of people that land dirty docks do end up landing near this warehouse, from the looks of it from games that I've watched. So most of the time, if you are on these power lines, you can just drop down and you can end up looting these outskirts loot. And if you do have decent loot, you most likely upgrade a little bit here, and then you can end up fighting this guy or rotating off based off your current situation. And that's the same for here. When you're dropping here at the power lines, you want to be looking at seeing where people are landing in dirty docks to see what spots are uncontested. And if there is multiple people, you can also do a third party. Solos, a lot of the time you want to do a third party because it puts you at a good chance of winning a fight. Yeah, so this is one thing that you can do when it comes to dirty docks. Sometimes it is actually uncontested too, so that's like a huge benefit of this drop, is that sometimes dirty dock is uncontested and you have over 29 chests, over 60 item spawns, and there's so much loot that you can't even loot it all as a solo. So let's say you do not get the optimal loot when it comes to landing dirty or at this little power line right here. So a really good rotate right here is you can actually move over to this second area, which is called compact cars. So you just drop down here and you can end up scouting out, and you get a lot of visual because of how close it is. You can usually tell if someone's here or not, and you can end up fighting this guy. You have natural high ground coming down this hill, so you can usually get a couple of beams before engaging, seeing if he's white tags, blue tags if you want to commit, and you can always disengage this whenever. You can farm on the way too when you do drop down here. That's what I recommend, just so you try to outmat this guy and just play a high ground, and you can usually get the kill even if you don't have a shotgun in this scenario. So this spot right here has 3 chests, 9 item spawns, so it's not the best spot, but if you look around, there's really going to be no one landing towards these other areas, so you have a lot of rotation loot when it comes to after looting this compact cars area. Then there's 2 other spots when it comes to dropping here. So let's say bus is on top of here, and you got to start diving over here. You're obviously aiming for these power lines. It's really difficult to see if someone dropped down here and is already looted in this area. So what I sort of recommend is that you, while you're coming over towards the power lines, you can be looking at dirty docks, you can be looking over here, and you can also be looking at this lake area. So this lake area does not have the best loot compared to obviously dirty docks and all these areas, but it's definitely not bad when it comes to the solo. So it's definitely a opportunity. If you do want to go somewhere where it's uncontested, you can visually see that, and you can also just sort of base your rotate off that too. Let's say you want to go into dirty docks and then you don't get good loot even after going into dirty docks. You can just rotate out because you scouted out this yellow area called Lake Canoe. And the other spot is this place called Staging Post right here. A Staging Post has really decent loot too. It's sort of like Lake Canoe. Lake Canoe has 4 chests, 14 item spawns, 9 ammo crates, and the Staging Post has 4 chests, 7 item spawns, and 8 ammo crates. So both these spots are very viable as solos if you do want to go somewhere where it's uncontested, based it off this loot that you get here at the power line. And it's vice versa. If the bus is coming from down here, then it's easier to see if people are landing towards this direction when you're going towards the power line than it is turning around every other second, seeing if someone hot dropped or if someone's leading this area. It's much easier to see people gliding towards this area. This is sort of play it safe. So when it comes to the materials of all these spots have wood, brick, metal, except Lake Canoe. Lake Canoe is sort of lacking that metal action. So if you do want to choose between the staging post or Lake Canoe, I just recommend the staging post just because there's a lot of fast metal there, which is sometimes harder to get in the late game. So I got a couple of notes here. Again, you just get the bird's eye view when you are landing at this power spot, so you can see where other people are landing around you. So one thing that Dracos does do, he sort of contests Dirty Docks a good bit, and what he does is that he goes for some tags on the people, and since he's coming in from the side, he can easily disengage, especially if zones is far west. So he just goes for some tags. If he doesn't get a fast beam over like 100 tags, some nades on the guy, he just rotates out, because there's no point of just box fighting this guy nonstop, because he has some decent loot from Dirty Docks too. So this sort of just playing it safe and just knowing when to rotate out. I'm gonna have Bala's video link in the description where he did an hour and 30 minutes VOD review of Dracos. So what else? Yeah, another huge benefit is that there are a ton of rivers around here. I don't really know too much about the water spots on the shores. It feels like it's more hit or miss. So it's definitely towards the Lake Canoe area. I know this Lake Canoe area has a lot of spots, and these rivers always have holes around them when it comes to fishing, especially if you get a harpoon. Starting to rotate towards the west side, you can fish up and just get hopefully some slurp fishes, some floppers, and hopefully some upgraded guns. So this was episode 2. I hope you guys do enjoy. I'm gonna be trying to crank these out, and hopefully these are helping you out with solos, giving you some eye-opening drops. So coming into Dracos' first game, he actually had a lower drop right here, and he's sort of just looking around, making sure no one's around him. So he's sort of just goes for chests as so. One important thing is sort of to get the max efficiency out of each of your builds that you get out of these chests, since you're for sure going to get 30 builds every single time. And how he just rotates off. And he didn't really get an AR weapon there, so he just decided to keep looting. And we'll watch to see how he rotates to the second spot. As you can see, there was 3 people going Dirty Docks, and he's going to get tons of mats. He's going to outmat this person down at the camp, if there is someone there, and we'll just watch how he rolls them. As you can see, this natural high ground, this really does put him at an advantage. Doesn't look like anyone's there, but as you can see how OP this drop could be with that easy 300 or 400 builds and pretty decent loot from the 3 chest spawns. Alright, so we're going to hop in another one. I just want to show you guys one where he sort of gets an AR and just beams a kid out of the air. So hopping into the game actually next. He's doing the same exact rotate. You just keep looking around. As you can see, this is really good awareness. Only one person landed Dirty Docks, so he's going to end up pushing that guy. Again, look, it's all information. He's trying to see where he landed. Now we're going to speed ahead to see how he sort of rotates into Dirty Docks. He's looking at where he's at, possibly at where he's looting. He's speaking in Polish, so I can't really translate for you guys. I wish I could. And as you can see, he's doing more of a right rotate, sort of looting the other side. He ends up fighting the guy and killing him. Zone is close. If zone was further, he would have rotated out. We're going to hop in another early game just so I could sort of show you another one and see how he plays it. Alrighty. So he's dropping towards the electrical tower. This tower sometimes does get contested, as we're going to see. And so it's definitely not worth going for the 50-50 if someone does have a better drop than you, and just sort of landing at one of the alternate spots. As you can see, a lot of people are around that tower area, and he's like, nope, not gonna get this. He's looking again. See, he sees someone contest at the very bottom right there. Does not go for it, and he does see this guy contesting over here, but he's gonna get an AR. Bam. So this can happen at either one of these towers, and he's probably gonna get a beam on this guy. As you can see, easiest kill of his life. He gone. You got to be careful when hitting the zip lines. You got to make sure you don't jump, as you do sometimes die to fall damage if you do hit your spacebar while going onto a zip line. So make sure you do not die to that glitch. I honestly like just showing these just to see how he sort of plays it, and you guys could definitely replicate his play style. He's a really consistent player. He definitely knows what he's doing. Let's see what he's going to be able to get out of this chest. Hopefully it's an AR. It does get an AR. Bam. Instantly looking for some shots. 20 white. Look at that. I want to be surprised. Ooh. Does he get the kill? Like, look at that. Just imagine if that guy was a little bit closer. He would have gotten the kill. Especially if you're a controller player, this spot's really, really valuable. When you just do that so much damage, it really gives you the opportunity to push. And with these zip lines, you can rotate really, really fast, especially early game. No one's going to be looking for beams on zip lines. And so Dracos is going to be able to push this guy through the zip lines and end up beating him in a box fight just because he did 80 white damage. And there's no way that guy's going to be able to heal up that fast. Come on, just kill him already, Dracos. Bam. Yeah, so this is going to be ending up the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys do use it and find it useful, please let me know in the comments. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.